Hey guys, it's Uncle Scott. Welcome back to the QwerkyReax channel, and we're getting into some more Big Push. You guys keep suggesting these guys to me, and I can't help but be completely fascinated by them. I love seeing some of these origins of Ren. I love that they got together during the pandemic and started doing this together, and have been really digging some of the music they put out. I loved Englishman in New York. I know it was a cover, but it was great. I think the other one I watched, Bongo Bong, was a cover as well. I don't believe this one is a cover. I'm not sure. It just says Swan Song, which makes me think it's their song that they did together. So that could be a new thing that I haven't seen yet that they've done. But I'm so stoked for this. You guys know I love me some Ren, and I've really been enjoying kind of this deeper dive you guys have been taking me down. So super stoked for that. I say we just jump right to it, and let's listen to Swan Song by the Big Push. All right, here we go.
What do you see with the eyes in your head? Pitiful struggle, or are you content? Fear and anger so garishly close, resignation and ignorance tied up in bows. Here to a pauper, a sad wasn't cloud, a joke had a punchline, people all around, rose-tinted glasses and no one is saying, a big waltzing blindfold, we are what we play, we are what we play.
So this is interesting. So first of all, their harmonies are really great. I feel like it's getting muddied by their setting. Because see all these archways, like reverb will bounce off of that, and especially when it's pointed like that, it can bounce back at you. It sounds like it's interesting. It sounds like when the guitar is softer, you can hear everything better. I wonder if the guitar is getting things muddled up in the room, and that's why we can't hear it as well. Because this is probably, I mean, it's the least produced thing I've ever seen Ren do, I think, which is why, like, even some of his busking stuff has more, has better audio coming, you know, the mics are there and everything else. I feel like this wasn't a directional mic. It may have been a shotgun mic, so it's gathering everything, which is why you're hearing a lot of this reverb and some of the muddiness that's coming from the guitar. Not hating on the song at all, and I like the tonal quality, and I like the way they're harmonizing. It's very much giving off Peter, Paul, and Mary. I don't know how much I'm dating myself there, but they're the ones who sang Puff the Magic Dragon. It's really got that kind of, like, they're a trio, very folksy, usually with one or two guitars playing. It's definitely giving off that kind of vibe, which I dig. I mean, I grew up on that kind of music. I just think that I'm worried for the sound quality only because of the muddiness of this this, what's it called, this church that they're in, I guess. Sorry, my mic seems to be falling off the stand here. Let's fix that. There we go. That's better. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. All right, let's get back into this. And hopefully we'll get a little bit better sound quality, I think. I think that's the only thing holding me back on this one, because I love the kind of the minor chords they're harmonizing in, which is such a Ren thing to do, by the way. That is where he lives. You've heard that in almost every, you know, storytelling song that he does. You hear it in High Ren, you hear it in Tale of Jenny and Screech and Violet, you hear it in some of the Money Game. Like, he lives in those minor chords, and he does it very well.
We are what we play. Nothing is safe. What can he hear with his ears and his hands are silently?
Did Ren forget what verse it was? It looked like he started singing there.
Patiently lurking in water and wine, he'll drown by her tears. Choke on his time. What mother, we dance on the moon. Deaf to the thunder that silently
Hear those
cracks.
minors?
We're holding our breath until her collapse.
Guys, I don't know what you call this instrument. I don't remember. It looks like something straight out of Classroom Instruments. I don't know if you've ever seen that Jimmy Fallon thing where he has, you know, major artists do songs, but only with classroom instruments with the roots. That's like one of my favorite things to watch because the sounds that they get out of it is awesome. This looks like one of those instruments. And I got to say, I did not have Ren playing one of these on my bingo card this year. My Ren Rabbit Hole bingo card, I did not have this. Maybe I should have. You guys are probably laughing at me because you already knew about this, but I did not expect him to pull this out right now.
With your heart and your
Wow.
chest, some few thousand years could soon come to rest. Do you feel the butcher, the bullet that bores?
Best part of the song. Absolutely best part of the song. I don't know if it's because it was simpler with just the two of these harmonies right there, or because they went a cappella. But that sounded fantastic. And it's the first time that the reverb hasn't muddied them for me, hasn't cluttered the sound. That was fantastic. I really, really liked that. That was nice.
With corkscrewing chaos and mighty roar. What do you feel with your heart in your chest? Some few thousand years could soon come to rest on the shoulders of man and his bag full of bombs. Bell-tolling destruction, our final song. Bell-tolling destruction, bell-tolling destruction, our final song. Bell-tolling destruction, our final song.
I dig it. Yeah, that was different, guys. That was the amazing thing about Ren. When Ren's by himself, everything you hear is a new thing, right? Everything's always different, and it's always a surprise. Well, not always, but a lot of times it's a surprise. Even if it's a similar type of song, you'll get to one part where he'll drop a bar, or he'll show off his lyrics, or he'll show off his spitting, or he'll show off his singing, and you're like, man, or his guitar playing, or his piano playing. You get the idea. This was a completely different sound than anything I've heard from him. And listen, the choir that I was in when I was in college was an a cappella all men's choir. So I know more than any other song that I've commented on of Ren's, I have a pretty good knowledge base for what they were just doing because I've performed in that type of situation before. And my only downside for them is I think the room hurt them. I think the acoustics of that room didn't help them as much as it should have. I don't know if it was the guitar that was bouncing too much, but whenever the guitar was really jamming, it was too muddy. And I think it was hurting the sound quality of them because they sounded great. And where they lived in those minor chords, I mean, like I said before, those harmonies are hard to hit. And they were nailing it. I mean, Ren in that one part, he is riding the line of being flat. Like he is riding right on it. That takes confidence in your tonal quality to do what he did there. So this song, it hits a little different for me because it's impressive, but not because I'm amazed by the song or amazed by the sound or amazed by the lyrics or anything like that. I'm more amazed by how they were able to control the harmony and keep up with it, because I have to imagine that in the room, they could hear some of that reverb splash. They could hear some of that back, which is why they were trying very hard to stick with and hit the notes that they needed to hit. I also noticed before I loaded this up that it has something like 300,000 views, which is, you know, a pittance compared to what he gets on most of his videos. I don't know how big push stuff goes for him. I don't know if it's just as popular. I don't remember looking for Boingo Bong or for Englishman in New York. But I'd be interested to see, because I'm wondering if that's what's caught. Like, has this one been seen a little bit less? And is it because of that? Is it because of the muddiness and people really having to strain to get to the harmony part? I wonder. I don't know. Guys, I'm not hating. I think you know by now. I could never hear a Ren song and be like, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. So I'm not doing that at all to this one. I'm just saying it was a completely different kind of sound, and it's a sound that I know a lot about. And I felt like that room and maybe too much guitar hurt their overall performance in that one. Let me know, do they do this again in a different environment? Because I think I'd like to hear it again. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. You guys will tell me. And definitely keep suggesting big push songs. I'm really digging learning about this. Like I said before, getting more of his origin story and seeing it through music. There's a reason I, on my own, don't dive down internet Ren holes to figure out more about him. Is because I want to learn it through the channel. I want to learn it through the music, because then you guys get to see, like, you know, the natural reaction to it. So that's what this was. This was a natural reaction to me hearing this for the first time. And I wish I could hear it again in a different venue. But anyway, I'm never complaining on a day when I get to react to some Ren stuff. You know that. Really looking forward to, he's got some more music coming out too soon. I know he had to delay the one song because of apparently a drink spilled in his bag and shorted out one of his hard drives that he was doing the music on. If that's not the most, you know, indie artist thing to happen, I don't know what is. Gotta love Ren, man. Gotta love him. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this one. I really appreciate it. And I really do appreciate the suggestion. Keep them coming. You know, I try to watch all of them after you suggest them. And we've got a lot of really cool things coming up to the channel, both with Tim and Jackie, some more Brooke. So stay tuned for all of that. And remember, guys, don't wait for life to be easy to be happy.